I got a solution for Florida State. If I
Mhm.
was Florida State, I would not play in this next bowl game against Georgia because if the first 13 games didn't count, your ACC championship didn't count, and you've been playing for ESPN and you've been playing for the advertisers, don't give them no more. Let them figure out who else to put into that. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't have my players risk injury because you already told me the games don't count. You told me the first 13 games, my championship, all that stuff don't count. Why am I gonna play Georgia? What I got to prove? So I'm not playing Georgia if I'm Florida State. I'm sitting out. If I had a son playing Florida State, don't play. Your games didn't count. Why risk injury and all that other stuff to go there and play against Georgia, and then you beat Georgia, and then what else? What would you get? You get what? A big bowl of sugar? Is it a sugar bowl? You get the pride of you won against Georgia. No, don't play. Don't play. Don't make the advertisers any more money. Don't make ESPN any more money. No, you did what you're supposed to do. So I wouldn't even play. I would decline the offer of playing the orange, sugar, whatever, because it don't count. Your season didn't count.
I'll say this, man. In reality, I like it. I'll be honest with you. Does it solve anything? No, but I like it. I do like it. I do. I'm gonna chuckle a little bit because I know you probably sat in this for like 3 days, man. Steamed on it, glasses got all fogged up. And brother Ice and I told you on Sunday, man, we kind of, we gave it to you, bro. And we gave it to you. I'm surprised, realistically, slightly surprised that they threw Texas in, but they had to. You was gonna put Alabama and you had to put Texas in. You couldn't do Alabama without Texas. And yeah, I'm surprised. But Florida State not making it. No, I agree with you. When you first started saying that, I was like, I would do the same thing. I would not basically sure, but let me just say this. Bowls make a lot of money for the school, bro. In reality, they're not playing just for this year bowl, Florida State. They're playing for a year, couple years down the road, man. Those relationships, that money is long, bro. So if you turn the money down this year, who knows? You may not be invited to a bowl another time by next year. So all I say is keep that in mind. But I do agree with you. That could be a form of protest. It really could. It's not going to solve anything. I think if anything, man, what we saw happen Sunday afternoon, we should realize what runs college sports, bro. Not like, you need a reminder. At what point do we need a reminder? What dictates college sports, bro? I'm going to keep it right there. You say a little bit more, and then turn off to Brother Ice. Look at all the coaches, man. Look at all the coaches. You look at a Kansas basketball coach. How is he walking the sideline? How's that happening? So it's nothing new, man. They do it all the time, and they don't care because at the end of the day, these, you talk about marketing, yes, Dr. Pepper, and they got to get paid. Probably they're paying a lot of money, lot of money, bro. So they know you're gonna be mad for a while. They know you're gonna do that, but guess what? Come the end of the year, first of the year, watch the ratings.
I don't even. I don't even feel like watching.
Saying you. I'm not saying you.
Yeah.
Watch the ratings. Look at the arbitron after the game is over because those ratings are going to set the number for next year.
Yeah, because I look at the SEC, they had a losing record against the Power Five. So how is this opposing strong conference?
You're not getting it, boss.
I know the money, follow the money. I know that, but it doesn't make it right.
But I understand why you would say that. There are a lot of people in this country and all over the world that are football fans, college football fans, that are thinking the same thing. And I get it. Was it right? Morally correct or anything to that effect? Probably not. No. But then again, you got to realize what drives this machine. And the one thing I will say, that when they asked the chairman, I think the gentleman is the athletic director at North Carolina State, when they asked the chairman about why and to explain what was going on, the one thing I will say about him, he was cut and dry. He told you exactly what they saw, why they did it, and that's what it was. People mad. Usually they lie to you. They kind of go around where, they give you this cover thing, try to give you, like you drinking Southern Comfort. You know what I'm saying? They try to smooth you out with some things, so you kind of don't know what's happening. You just kind of end up being a little tipsy or drunk. The man was direct, straight, hardcore. Here's why we did it. And he was like, look, they're not the same team they was back then. Their quarterback got hurt. I'm just telling you what he said. And he was honest. I appreciate the honesty. He said,
Same here.
look, the quarterback got hurt. They not the same team. Now you say that second string quarterback may be ready in a month. We don't know that. But we do know if you come out here with that third string quarterback, we saw that hot mess in a game you could have won, a game that Louisville really could have won. If the man quit throwing, having the quarterback quit having tunnel vision and throwing to a one-leg tight end, if you start looking at somebody else, they could have won that game because they was right there. Couldn't put it in the red zone. But the gentleman going back to Florida State clearly said they're not the same squad. And with that, I agree. But does that make it right with how many games they won? No.
I call bullshit on all that because
I mean,
on what he said. I call bullshit on it because none of these teams are the same team they were starting this season.
Right, you're right, but that's why Georgia. Wait a minute though. Since we having this debate, that's why Georgia didn't get in. That's why Georgia didn't get in because they're not the same squad. Alabama beat them. If anything, I know why a lot of people. Georgia not mad too, but I understand what you're saying. I know there's a lot of people mad, and a lot of people saying it's BS. But he told you the truth, but nobody want to hear the truth. The truth was, let me ask you this: since we're doing this, tit for tat, can Florida State hang within 8 points of any of them damn three teams ahead?
We'll never know because they're not in. We'll never know.
Right,
that's why they play the games, Ice. That's why they play the games. You never know.
You're right, but the one thing we do know is history has shown when you put teams out here that don't except I'm gonna throw one exception for you. Name me that you can know on record. Name me another team that had their third string quarterback that won that championship got close besides Ohio State.
No, I mean you never know. So if Ohio State was on that same criteria, we would have never known about Cordell Jones. Never.
But you're right. But you're absolutely right. But I'm just saying, name me one other team besides Ohio State that had the third string quarterback.
I mean, I can't think of any other team because that didn't happen to any other team. But you cannot use that criteria and say it can't happen because Cordell Jones has proved it could happen.
I never said it couldn't happen. That never came out of my mouth.
Yeah.
I told you what the man said.
If you're using that criteria, none of these teams are the same at the beginning of the season.
Hey.
None of them.
The
money the money runs it. So I could choose as a viewer to say, I don't want to watch it.
Right.
No, and that's fine. But let me just say this. When you say none of the teams are the same, I'm going to say I differ with you there. Washington is cooking, boss. Michigan is cooking.
Washington's been struggling all season.
Hang on a second. Michigan is cooking. Alabama cooking, flipping burgers. See, what happened a few years ago, I forgot the team that got in and got blown out. The committee took stock of that. Now that they take stock again, you're looking at the advertising dollars like, you know what? We don't want to put money behind what might be a nice game. We want viewers. Bro, we want viewers. Let me finish. Principal, you're right. And you could talk about that to the cows come home. And I want to congratulate.
Booger McFarland?
Yes. He came out, and what he said was correct. I agree with Boomer. I mean Booger McFarland. But at the end of the day, bro, that's not what runs the top four. It's not. And your principle is absolutely on. But at the end of the day, 80% of the viewers that are going to tune in for that weekend don't want to see a blowout. And I'm not saying Florida State would have got blown, but chances are they would have on a third string quarterback. Chances are more probability high that they would or would not. So you want to put on a show, bro. Just like the Match Madness, you want to put a show on for people to tune in and watch. You know how much money is going to be made outside of that? Of Las Vegas. So my point is, this is their Super Bowl weekend. So they don't want it done. So they're saying, you know what? For us to get what we really want, to make more money next year, shoot the ratings up. We want teams that are going to go in, that's going to challenge. And basically, you got 3 weeks for the numbers to go up and down, this and all that. It's a show, boss. It's a business. And I know when you go collegiate, you think more on principle, but at the end of the day, we all know college sports is big business, huge. So I'm just saying, you can argue principle, but my point is, if you're just staying there, at least try to see the other side. Because I said I see your side, but you're not seeing nothing else but blah, blah, it's what we get
I
that.
understand that. I understand the money side. But here was a team last week before they won against Georgia who threw a lucky strike in the corner of the end zone and barely got by Auburn.
But is it exciting? Is it exciting? But no. I'm actually okay. With that being said, is that exciting?
Yeah, that was.
So you want that in the top 4? That quarterback's on fire, bro. You want that in the top 4, or you want a third-string quarterback? You don't know what you're going to get from him. That's the thing right
there. Can I say one other thing, real 2 quick things? I understand what you're saying. The lucky pass at the end of the 4th quarter, and they barely beat Auburn, right? But they come back to next week and they beat the #1 team in the nation. They beat them. And I'll say this, I give it to you 100%. You just don't know how it's going to roll. See, and we get mad or we get frustrated because we look at principles sometimes. But at the end of the day, these matchmakers not stupid. The committee ain't stupid too. So you, like you said, you're not going to watch. Hey, principles. I'm the first one to say I understand it. I agree with you. I see the point. Florida State deserved better. I'll say that. But on the other hand, these folks slick, man. Like we talk about the NFL. They know what the hell they doing. Look at the matchups, bro. Washington, Texas, Alabama, Michigan. They making you go. They like, look, oh, you don't want to watch? That's cool. We know a bunch of other ones will. Is that fair? No, but it's real. My last point on this is that because we'll agree to disagree, no doubt. My last point is, you said if you were Florida State, you wouldn't play. Okay, I get that. You know, the other ones didn't count. Okay, whatever. But if I'm Florida State on the real tip, and where you know we all kind of grew up the same kind of way, and looking forward, I'm Florida State coach. I'm like, look, they said them 13 didn't count. We ain't no good, whatever. We're gonna go in and play Georgia. We're gonna whoop that. That's my mentality. And I'm saying that because granted, when you say it don't count now, to me, it does. Because if I'm a recruit and I'm watching you and everybody telling you they did you wrong, I'm getting my team pumped up. So maybe the backup quarterback to show you that, damn it, Florida State is really a top-notch program. And not only did y'all leave us out, but y'all made a huge damn mistake. And I'm telling you, for years to come down the line, they will get a lot of respect because of the fact of what they did. Sometimes you just got to go. We know, but we all know. You got to go in with whatever they give you, and you just got to kick ass, bro. That's just me. That would be my mentality if I was that coach. Supporters and everything. Let's go in there and show them, since they had Georgia at #1 for so long. They thought Georgia and the SEC is all this. Let's go in there and whoop that ass. So that's me.
So the committee is not going to operate on morals, but we're going to operate on morals with amateur athletes. Get out of here. No.
Well, look, one last point, though. I've been telling you, and you know I always roll with this. I covered this for 20 years plus. And every time everybody, we want to pick and choose when we talk about college athletes. Man, they've been robbing them cats forever. Now everybody want to get morally correct. Dude, because they want their money for NIL. Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. They've been dogging them for years. All of a sudden, we act like, oh, we got to have a moral compass. They ain't really give a damn about the athletes. You and I both know. And you played football. You played basketball too. And you know this. You are only as good as your next damn play. Next play. They do not care. Never have, never will. Let's keep this 100. And I understand what you're saying, but let's not get into the, well, you know, ain't no moral compass. If you can't play, you hurt your leg, you know what they're going to do? And you was an athlete. You was good enough to play. They take your damn scholarship, send you home, let you graduate, tell your mama, we sorry. That's what they do to everybody. That's the game, dog. That is the game.
Let me just say this, man. You know, and I see you, Pope. I see you, but I'm gonna tell you something. That pass broad doing that over again, that was not luck, man. That play design was not luck. Just my personal opinion, it was not luck, man. You can say that now because Alabama's in it. If you basically seen and hear what I've said in the show all years, man, I've never advocated for Alabama or Notre Dame. I see them coming, and I know what the committee likes to do.
Yeah, and we all knew it 2-3 weeks ago.
Hang on a second, but Alabama is a big draw. loss. Huge. And not only that, these 4 teams have stories. What are you going to promote for the next 3 weeks? Stories, bro. You're going to hear about what these cats ate for breakfast when they was 2 years old. It's stories. And this is my, and I'm not even saying this as a question. Not Texas, Florida State is not a sexy story, boss. If the quarterback is not there, they lose that sex appeal. Like I said, I respect the cat for being honest and point blank. They're down to their third string. If he didn't say this, I'm looking at him thinking of saying this. They want 2 good games, 4 good games. That's what they want. They want these games to stand out, be stellar. So if you throw Florida State in there again, it's a coin flip. You don't know. Do they deserve to be there? Absolutely. But college sports is not based on principle. It's not. It's based on money, man. It's entertainment. Same thing in the NFL, any sport. We forget it's a business /entertainment. So who's going to entertain you more, Florida State or Alabama? Where the entertainment's going to come to? Where the business going to come from? Florida State, Alabama. Now I'm not going to say it was right, but if I had to close my eyes, you told me to pick one, I'm taking Alabama, especially what they did with those last 2 games. And when you come in and beat Georgia, the way that not only beat them, man, they put a beat down on Georgia. When that happened, they sealed the deal in my mind. The deal was set. Somebody was coming out, they was going in. I already knew it. When I saw it, I was like, I said the week before, I don't think Alabama's going to jump and make it. And I thought Ohio State had a better chance than getting in Alabama. But that type of beat down on Georgia, who was ranked #1 for weeks, and haven't lost a game.
It was just strange to me that there was one particular point during the playoffs where Georgia was not #1. And Michigan was #1. Am I correct?
Ohio State.
Ohio State. Okay.
Yes.
And then they moved Georgia back into #1 towards the end of the season with the Alabama, Auburn, and the SEC championship coming up.
But why did they do that?
Setting the stage. It's almost setting the stage for this.
But that's because Ohio State was in there. Ohio State lost, balls.
Yeah.
So you didn't want to bring Washington in and put them higher than Michigan or Georgia. At that point, you couldn't. I mean, I see where you're going with that. I don't think that was setting the stage, man.
So
because to
why
me,
would Michigan be #1 and then Georgia be #2? Is that my question?
well, basically, like I said, Ohio State was #1.
Right.
So Michigan
beat Ohio State.
When they beat Ohio State, they went to #1. Am I correct?
I don't think Michigan went to #1.
No.
Yeah, Georgia.
I think Georgia went to #1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But here's my point. And when we say this, I know we have each one of us said it at a different point in time. We get mad like somebody doing something on the field, whatever, blah, blah. The best way to get revenge is you beat them. We wouldn't be having this conversation if Georgia handled business. Let's just say it is what it is. The quarterback ain't this. Georgia needed to handle. Even if Georgia would have lost that game close, I'm not sure Alabama would have got in.
Right.
But when you get spanked like that, bro, you change the whole parameter. Like I said this on Sunday. Right now, Alabama's the favorite. To me, the real game is Alabama and Michigan. You're gonna see paint flying off the helmet everywhere, boy. That's the game right there. Hey, Alabama and Michigan?
Yeah. I tell you what, if Georgia had won, Florida State would have got in. I'm just keeping it 100. If Georgia had won, Florida State would have got in. That's no consolation. I agree with everything that you're saying about it not being fair. I take that. But I guess the thing that, like I told you, that frustrates me is not you, but the media. We try to paint this picture like we care about the kids. No, you do not. There's a lot of kids that got hurt, man, and ain't nobody calling them up. I can name you. I got personal phone numbers, dudes, right now. So like they got through away like the trash. But with Florida State, I agree with you 100%. It was not fair. It's not sexy. And then 2, they gave you these games, and we can talk about this later on. I might even talk about it in my last second shot, is the fact that the rest of the bowl games, bruh, ugly.
I don't even want to watch no 6 and 7 win games.
Dude,
I'm not excited about the game. The season's over right now.
And I'm not trying to be funny.
Tito's, the man in the bowl. I don't want to watch that junk no more. It's a travesty.
I agree with you. I'm be looking for college basketball.
Yeah. Throughout the football season's over with. College basketball's in. That's all I'm saying.
Because Oregon and Liberty,
Yeah, you don't want to see that.
Look, on New Year's Day,
No,
that's what y'all
no.
doing? Look, they had to give us this 4 matchup because this stuff, the other stuff,
You
right?
plan on being liquored up both days. I'm not watching this.